Welcome back to Katie Pavlich Tonight. Now to a NewsNation exclusive. DHS Secretary Markwayne Mullin was at the southern border today, and he touched on a number of important issues facing the department, including a death at Delaney Hall, the deportation of Haitian immigrants, and the naturalizations of more than 1 million people. Senior immigration correspondent Allie Bradley got the exclusive, and she joins us live from the border now. Allie, great to see you. Looking forward to this.
Yeah, hey, Katie. So this was obviously the first trip for DHS Secretary Markwayne Mullin down here to the Rio Grande Valley sector, which is one of the busiest Border Patrol sectors. But he toured President Trump's new black border wall. He saw the buoy barrier stretched throughout the Rio Grande, and he also looked at the autonomous camera tower system that they're using to help prevent illegal crossings. But a lot of the focus for the American people is on the interior and deportations, which does include the Haitian migrants who recently had their temporary protected status expire. Now, Secretary Mullin says that they are actively going after those individuals, but he says they're encouraging them to self-deport.
I haven't got the numbers, so I don't want to overflate them, but we could definitely have more by the end of this month on their own, and we'll help you or we'll arrest you and send you back. Either way, you don't have status inside this country anymore. That has been litigated. The courts spoke very clearly. We knew that we were going to win this because in its name itself, it says temporary protective status. The president has the right to start it. He also has a right to end it.
Now, Mullin also faced some criticism when it comes to deportation, saying the numbers are far from being flat. But he said that couldn't be further from the truth, saying this year they're actually going to deport more people by the end of this month than they did all of last year.
I haven't got the numbers, so I don't want to overflate them, but we could definitely have more by the end of this month, and it could be much, much sooner. Deport more individuals by the end of this month than we did all of last year. So our numbers aren't even kind of flat. I don't know where they're getting those numbers. You're seeing that we arrested just in ICE. Now, the ICE number doesn't take into account what their Coast Guard arrested, what CBP arrests daily right here. Just ICE alone, we arrested 51,000 plus people in the month of July, which is a record that we've ever had. Every one of those individuals are in line to be deported. We're deporting, I think the last report I had, we had an average of 50 or 4,200 individuals over the last 7 days was being deported on average a day.
Now, when it comes to border crossings, President Trump wants full operational control. That means zero crossings. The secretary says people are going to try to keep crossing, but he says they can use tools like the buoys to slow them down and allow Border Patrol to catch them to prevent them from getting into the country. We've got Border Patrol, but we still have people that are trying to come into the country. The president wants zero crossings. Is that feasible? Can you get down to zero?
Well, we can't prevent people from trying to cross. We can catch them. That's why we've had zero releases for 15 months. And a border wall and border buoys, they don't serve a purpose unless you're constantly patrolling them and keeping them up. Because if you just put them and leave them alone, people are going to cut through them. They're going to try to figure out a way to climb over them. They're not going to respect it.
Now, the secretary also responded to the death this week of a man who was held at the ICE facility in New Jersey at Delaney Hall, saying he died of cardiac arrest at the hospital but had no medical record of cardiac problems. Mullin defended the facilities and said that they are run better than the state facilities.
He had no medical records of cardiac problems. He was on diet. He had hypertension. He was a diabetic. He had medication for that. He had a cardiac arrest during lunch at like 1:52. We immediately called 911. Started doing a CPR on him at roughly around 2:13. EMSA showed up, took custody of him, transported him to the hospital, and he died at the hospital, not in our custody. He died at the hospital. We meet federal standards and exceed federal standards. It's interesting that especially if you start looking at New Jersey, you have these individuals that are protesting Delaney Hall because they said the facilities aren't adequate, but they're better than state-run facilities. Our death rate is half, actually a lot less than half than the state prisons.
Now, Katie, the secretary also addressed some backlash from the MAGA base over his willingness to work with some Democratic governors, saying that his comments over employment visa programs and labor shortages were actually taken out of context. He says he's got to work with these governors and these states in order to get the worst of the worst out of the country. Katie?
All right, Allie, we covered those riots outside Delaney Hall live as they were happening, so I'm glad the Secretary addressed those concerns. We're thankful to him and our Border Patrol agents, and of course, thankful to you, Allie Bradley. Amazing, exclusive, great interview. Thank you very much.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.